When we think about a healthy lifestyle, we usually associate it with eating a balanced diet and exercising regularly. Now, these are important and they've proven to increase our longevity and quality of life, and I've discussed them in previous videos. Today, I'd like to share another pillar that is equally important but often gets neglected as a health benefit: sleep. Did you know that 45% of the world's population suffers from sleep disorders, and that Malaysians have one of the highest likelihood of being sleep deprived? A sleep survey by AmLife in 2018 shows that concerning 9 out of 10 Malaysians do not get peaceful sleep and suffer from one or more sleep problems. Despite these shocking numbers, the unfortunate reality of our society today is we do not take insomnia and other sleeping disorders seriously. Not getting enough sleep has become a normalized that most of us just brush it off, right? The fact that mama restaurants are open way past midnight doesn't help either. Some employees also have to work back-to-back shifts or taking on a second job to make ends meet, sacrificing sleep. However, sleep deprivation makes us much less effective and productive, and we go down this vicious spiral. During the day, our brains take in all sorts of stimuli from the environment, social interactions, and our bodies, right? And as we go through experiences, our brains strengthen and widen our synapses. However, when the brains are overtaxed with information, it starts to build inefficient connections. So think of this scenario as a 24-hour news cycle that's constantly absorbing new information without having adequate amount to edit and digest and process them. Therefore, our brains need to prune those unwanted connections away and make room to build more streamlined and efficient pathways. This vital process is called synaptic pruning, which gets most activated in our sleep as our bodies take advantage of the decreased brain traffic. So have you ever woken up the next morning with a clearer mind? That's because your brain has pruned and cleared away all the unnecessary pathways overnight, leaving some room in your brain to take in and synthesize new information the next day. So thinking on a sleep-deprived brain is like hacking your way through a rainforest with nothing but a machete, right? It's an exhausting and slow process to go through. But thinking on a well-rested brain, on the other hand, feels like strolling through KLCC Park with a clear and distinct pathway in front of us. So a rejuvenated and well-rested brain shouldn't be underestimated. Our memory, focus, optimism, and resilience will all increase. There have also been many studies reinforcing the importance of sleep for brain health to lower the risks of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases. But what if we have certain memories in our heads which we do not want deleted from our brains? Now, in some ways, the brains have control in deciding which stays and which parts go. The synaptic pathways that get used often become strengthened, whereas the ones that do not get used undergo a pruning process, right? That is why if you stop practicing a certain language, you're going to start to forget it. Now, have you ever spent days and nights overthinking an argument that you've had with your colleague that you end up barely getting enough sleep, and meanwhile, there's a project deadline that's due soon? Now, you probably end up missing your deadline and the argument remains unresolved, right? This is when simply saying, just sleep it off might come in handy. Because the best thing you could do in this situation is to get some shut-eye, so that when you wake up with a clearer thought process of how you can rationally fix the issues at hand and also get back to focusing on your work tasks. Now, it can be difficult to just sleep it off when you have so many concerns and worries bothering you. That's normal and understandable. And the truth is, there are no prescribed magic steps to ensure better sleep. Because just like dieting, there's no one perfect diet. It's personalized to each one of us based on our own genetic makeup, lifestyle, and environment. So it's the same thing with sleep, right? Some methods work for some people and not for others. So it might take some time to develop a repeatable sleep cycle that allows you sound, peaceful sleep. But adopting better habits, like having our last healthy meal 3 hours before bedtime, restricting caffeine and exposure to digital screens can help. And our psychologists at Naluri help our clients achieve better sleep by using techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy and other methods to better manage our stress and worries that keep us up at night. Finally, if you're worried about not getting enough sleep the night before a big presentation or event, it's normal to toss and turn. As long as we have enough built-in sleep reserves in the last 5 to 6 days before that last night, we can be ready to perform in the morning. So, here's the good night's rest, and let's keep things positively personal.